Okay, hi, my name is Paulina Skrzypczak and I'm the head of performance marketing at Yorkaya.
Yeah, I'm Arek. As you probably already know, I'm the co-founder and chief executive officer of Sublime. And I think we will start with what's your Kaya, what's your selling, stuff like that.
Yeah, so Yorkaya is a Polish brand of ecological products for intimate hygiene, as well as skincare and body care products with simple natural ingredients, free from chlorine and polyester. And Yorkaya is well known for breaking taboos and addressing intimate matters openly and directly. Yeah, and next. Yeah, and Yorkaya grows really rapidly. We're achieving a remarkable 60% year-over-year growth. Our customer base amounts to 200,000 people, and our direct-to-consumer channel, that means D2C channel, has an established dominance, contributing to approximately 60% of total revenue. And what also distinguishes Yorkaya is the subscription model.
I guess like you started with D2C, yes, and you just recently entered into offline channels.
Yeah, that's why it's D2C is 60%. More than 1 year ago, it was 100%, but now it's divided into D2C and offline, right?
So you're started in online, so you're really data-driven company.
Yeah, yeah, we are.
Oh, sorry.
What's also distinguishes Yorkaya is the subscription model that allows customers to receive products regularly, so every 1 to 3 or 6 months at discounted rates, saving their time, money, and letting them forget about remembering to restock. And this is really useful. I think that every woman at least once had the situation when she ran out of her tampons on razors. So I think that's a great idea. And instead of placing orders manually, the system remembers the customer choices. And this kind of order is called subscription renewal. And that's important because we will use this term later in this presentation. And the system organizes shipping and charges customer credit card automatically. But customers can also order our products in a traditional way. That's called one-time order. And that's another important term for today. So yeah, so let's remember these two terms.
And can you share the information? What's the split between one-time orders and subscriptions, or just roughly?
Okay. When it comes to placing this first order, I think that about 30% of these orders is a subscription ones. But when you get this brand better and you know the product, so you are more likely to go into subscription. So that's this ratio switches changes after some time.
So the retention is really important for you.
Yeah.
And you are good at that.
Yeah. Moving forward, let's take a look at our retention activities, how they looked before the RFM strategy. We've been communicating through 2 channels, marketing automation emails and meta ads, that means Facebook ads. These channels were managed separately with different strategies. And moreover, we've implemented a loyalty program that aims to provide additional incentives and benefits, creating a stronger connection with our customers and encouraging them to return to us and make another purchase in our store. And customers in this loyalty program can earn points through purchases. They get 1 point for every 1 zloty spent. They also can earn additional points for extra actions, like following our fan page, giving us a product review, or uploading UGC photos, etc. And these points can be later redeemed for discount coupons or free products. And as an addition to the loyalty program, customers have the opportunity to refer your Kaya to their friends, providing them with a discount on their first order. In return for a successful referral, customers receive extra bonus points in our loyalty program. And let's dive into the specific retention actions taken in marketing automation emails. So we segmented our emails based on the time from the last purchase and order type, so either subscription or one time, but disregarding specific customer behavior, for example, customer LTV, LTV, number of purchases already made, frequency of purchases, etc. And with the use of our loyalty program, we were encouraging our customers to make another purchase to earn some extra points. And for those who already have enough points, we were reminding them that they could redeem these points for a discount during their next purchase. And additionally, we had some cross-selling a few days before renewal for subscribers, and after a certain time from the last order for one-timers. And here you can see some examples of emails we were sending this time. And unlike our approach in emails, meta ads were non-segmented, targeting our whole customer base, of course, excluding those who have bought in a few last days, but the communication was rather generic. And here, as you can see, it was rather generic because it was targeted on all customers. So no matter what they were buying and how many times did they bought. And sometimes some activities were exposed only to one-timers, for example, when we wanted to encourage them to switch to subscription. But over time, this tactic had evolved, and shortly before RFM, we tested a simple basic segmentation for customers with a last order more than 6 months ago, so a long time, and rather they were sleepy ones. We offered targeted discounts to incentivize their next purchase. And for clients with a last order within a few weeks ago, we presented cross-sell opportunities with products they hadn't purchased yet. Yeah, and now let's examine the outcomes of these activities in both channels. So firstly, there were no significant effects on customer retention that we could clearly observe. We faced a problem figuring out if the orders were from customers who actually hadn't bought for a long time, or from those who would have made a purchase anyway without our involvement. So it was challenging to identify how many of these purchases were truly incremental. The only trend we could observe was that the campaigns with discount codes stood out as the most effective, which provided us with somewhat unsurprising insight. Yeah, so that was our background shortly. Yeah, and that moves us to the context of why we decided to make some changes in our retention approach and collaborate with the guys from Sublime. So we felt that there was more we could do to keep our customers engaged, and we saw that there was some untapped potential, and we wanted to make the most of it. We had resources like budget available, but we needed a way to measure our efforts and understand the impact of our strategies on sales. Also, we wanted to improve personalization for better results. So we asked Sublime what we could do together to create a smart, comprehensive retention strategy using the data they collect and that they already have.
Yeah, so it happened like a couple of months ago, I guess.
Yeah.
We have been working together, I think, from the day one with when Marek started your Kaya. So we have we have all your data. So it was fun for us to answer to meet this challenge. Yeah, quick reminder, because I have this slide here. I hope I'm not boring you guys. The Sublime is an analytics platform that helps identify growth opportunities for D2C, like your Kaya or Health Lab or Psi, and also e-commerce brands. And we do it by like integrating the data from different systems. So from marketing systems, from e-commerce system like Shopify, and from web tracking system like GA4. We then create like beautiful dashboards and segments, like RFM segments. And then we like activate the data so we can like send the segments to different destinations. So a couple of words about what's RFM segmentation, because Paulina Vardak mentioned that, and we are talking about RFM, but what it is. So it's a quite simple and intuitive way to segment customers. It's the segmentation is based on like 3 dimensions. The first dimension is recency. So R stands for recency. And it means it measures when the last time the customer made a purchase. So as you probably noticed, like Paulina mentioned, that they use the time of the last order as a dimension for their segmentation. So it's the same thing. So the recency. Then we have a frequency. So the F stands for frequency, and it means like how often the customer makes purchases. So I think that's self-explanatory. And the monetary, so the M stands for monetary, and that means the average order value for the customer. So if the average order value is high, it means like the customer is like making big purchases and could be potentially like very valuable to us. So each customer in RFM segmentation, each customer is evaluated based on these 3 dimensions. And what we do, we take every dimension and try to create like 5 groups in every dimension. So if we are talking about recency, so the number of days from the last order, we can create 5 groups that can tell us when was the last time the customer was active. So as you can see on the slide, the first group is a great one. It's the 5th group, but first from the left is a gray one, and it means like the customer was active like 0 to like 50 days ago. The next group is like from 50 to 100 days ago, and so on and so forth. So we create like a group of customers, clusters, and we do it for recency, we do it for frequency, we do it for monetary. So each customer is assigned a specific score in every of the 3 dimensions. So for example, customer can be like recency score 1, frequency score 2, and monetary score 2. So every customer has a score like that. And that's the theory and the statistics, and a little bit of business now. So why do we need this segmentation, and what it can give us in terms of increasing the retention? So let's say that we have a customer, or we have a group of customers that has a quite large, quite high monetary score. So it means that they are making, or they were making big value purchases. So the average spend value is high. Also, their frequency is high. So it means that they are, or they used to make purchases quite often. So we have like, when we combine those 2, we have customers that made like big purchases quite often. So it looks very promising. And for example, we can also assign them a recency score and take only the customers that made the purchase like that made the purchase 100 or larger number of days ago. So we have quite customers that were quite good, and they are not making purchases right now. So they're quite attractive from the point of the retention, or the retention activation, let's say. And we can call them, for example, falling enthusiasm, because it means that they have money, they used to be a really good customers, but for some reason we lost the connection with them, and they are not like buying from us. So following this this way of thinking, we can calculate like 10 intuitive segments and create like 3 broad groups of customers. So we have best customers. So those are customers that were very loyal and they love our brand. So they're still active and they are making big purchases quite frequently. We have also customers that are new customers that, for example, joined like a couple of weeks ago, are making big purchases, but the frequency is not there yet. And we have the third big group fading away. So it means in this group we have all the segments of customers that were either once good customers or we lost them. And this is the group that is from the perspective of retention is the most valuable for us. And here we have the falling enthusiasm group that or the falling enthusiasm segment that I have just described. So with Yorkaya, so the Yorkaya saw the opportunity here, and they asked us to create a falling enthusiasm segment, and we tried to target some communication in Meta to this group in order to reactivate those customers and see if the cost of like serving the ads will be like outweighed by the incremental revenue that we can get from these customers, from reactivating these customers, the customers that were once very good customers for Yorkaya. So we created this one segment, falling enthusiast, and we chose Meta as a communication channel, and we automatically sent customer list from Yorkaya database to Meta like every day. So the customers that were entering the falling enthusiasm segment were like added, and the customers that were no longer in falling enthusiasm segment were deleted every day from the list in Meta. We calculated the incremental revenue. Mateusz, like in his presentation at the beginning, mentioned that it's quite important to know the incremental revenue, the incremental value, and not only the attributed value, because sometimes you can like target the customers that would otherwise come to you, and you are like paying for them double. Yeah, paying double. So incremental revenue is important, and we approach this problem using like the experiments methodology. So we divided the customers, the falling enthusiasm segment, into 2 groups, a treatment group and a control group. So the treatment group was served the ad, so that was like 85% of the customers, and the control group, 50% of falling enthusiast segment didn't see the ad. So we wanted to make sure that if there was a difference between the outcome only due to the ad in Meta being served, or if there wasn't. So the test ran for 2 weeks, and we presented during those 2 weeks, 2 messages were presented. First was the loyalty program message, and the other one was the discount message. Yeah, maybe Paulina can tell you a little bit about.
Sure. So as Arek said, in the initial 7-day periods of this test, customer received messages about a discount that could be redeemed using their loyalty points, with the potential to reach up to 100 zlotys. But this communication was rather general, as the discount level depended on the accumulated points in each account. So yeah, it was rather general that you can gain up to 100 zlotys of a discount. In the next 7 days, we focused on a 15% discount with a special promo code, regardless of the level of loyalty points. I will tell you which variant won in a few minutes, but I would like Arek to tell about general results of this test.
Yeah. So So the test results, you can see the test results here. They're like in Polish zloty, if anybody is like interested. That's the revenue generated by the control and the treatment group, and the difference between the control and the treatment group is the incremental revenue that were generated by this ad. So the results seem quite robust, and we were able to match like 90% of customers in Meta, because we were like sending like emails and information about the customers, and the Meta has to find those customers on their site. So the match rate was 90%, and that was quite good. We were a little bit surprised. So the data that they have are really good. So 90% of customer matched by Meta, and 21,000 zloty in incremental revenue was generated, and that's the 38% uplift versus control group, and that's also in the title of this presentation. So mystery solved. And yeah, Paulina, maybe you can like talk a little bit about the cost side.
Yeah, we spent around 1,200 zlotys to reach the whole target group enough number of times. And during these 2 weeks, and the ROAS reached an impressive 16. That's totally game changer. But you have to remember that also that this group wasn't very, very, very big. It was enough for us to be very important, but it wasn't like 2 million people, right? So we didn't need too much, so much money to spend to reach them, and I think that's very, very good part to remember, that your retention activities don't have to be very, very expensive. Yeah, sometimes you only need 1,000 or 2,000 zlotys to reach them in a very, very efficient way, as you can see. And coming back to creatives results, while ads offering a 15% discount drove much more conversions than those with loyalty program discounts. No big surprise, but it's worth highlighting that the loyalty program discounts had the highest usage. So surprisingly, only a small percentage of orders utilize the minus 15% coupon. And this suggests that the communication about 15% discount motivated users to check their accounts and find the loyalty discounts in this account, which probably was more beneficial for most of them. So there is we can see here some disproportion between creatives and actual purchases, but all of these insights are very, very good for us and good for our business. So that's okay, and yeah, really great for us. And yeah, and here you can see our plans for fully implementing this RFM strategy, because as you can see, it really worked for us during this test, and we see a big opportunity to implement the whole strategy here. And we want to address the unique needs of each segment through personalized communication across email, SMS, and Meta channels, all synchronized all together. And here you can see a simplified scheme illustrating how customers flow between segments while engaging in various purchasing behaviors. So on the left side, we can see a woman after her first purchase in our store, and she becomes a new passion, and depending on what will she do in the next few months, she will either go to potential lawyers or to about to be one night stand segment. Yeah, very good name for that. Thank you, guys. And after she will go to potential lovers, she may become either loyals, lovers, or unrealized potential if she doesn't buy again for some time. So that goes like this, and if the specific customer doesn't buy for a long time again, she may become a lost one. Yeah, so the first group, maybe Arek, you can mark them. The green ones, these are the best ones. So we want to nurture them, engage them, suggest them new products, and maintain a positive relationship for them, because they make really big revenue for us, and they are very valuable customers for us. The next ones are these newcomers, as I said previously, and we aim to take care of them and transition as many as possible of them to the lawyers and lovers. Yeah, that's easy. Maybe easy to say, but not as easy to make. Yeah, but we're working on it. And the next ones are these fading away ones. So we want to prevent them from slipping away and becoming lost. And these lost marked in red, they are already lost, and so they haven't bought for a really long time. And sometimes we make an effort to recover them, but if unsuccessful, we consider leaving them alone, because it would be a very high effort to try to recover them again. So sometimes it's much cheaper to just leave them alone and focus on, for example, those fading away that are still yellow ones. Yeah, and that's why that's our strategy in a very short description. And
looks like work for like 1 year at least.
yeah. And currently, as a next step of this implementing this RFM strategy, we're conducting similar tests as was on Meta, and now we are doing it in marketing automation on the same segment, so falling enthusiasts. So stay in touch with us to receive the results as soon as we get them. And that's all from my side. Maybe you have some additional questions. I can see that there are some on chat, but I don't think they are more about your Kaya, not this presentation. So